welcome back. Today's video is brought to you by Jake's, my husband, his Aunt Laura. Hi, Aunt Laura. She sent me this video. She texted me this video of a Texas Roadhouse bread roll recipe with hot, buttery, soft bread. I will link the original video in the description and the iCards. I don't know what side it's going to be on, but I'll link the original video with the recipe, and I'm going to try to make it kind of like blind. I'm going to try and blind make it. I've only watched the video twice. I watched it once when she sent it to me, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago maybe she sent it to me, and then I watched it this morning to get the ingredients that I need. I didn't look at like how much or anything really, just a couple things I did, but I haven't really watched it through. So we're gonna learn how to make these together. I've never made these before until right now. So let's jump in and see what happens. Okay, first thing we're gonna need is a tablespoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, and 1 cup of warm, fresh, or evaporated milk. I do not have evaporated milk, so we're going to be using regular old cow's milk. I think I got 2% cow's milk. So, tablespoon of sugar. Here's my sugar. Here is my tablespoon. Alright, tablespoon of sugar. And I'm doing this on my dining room table. Normally I would do it like in the kitchen area behind you, but I'm doing it on my dining room table because I am renovating my kitchen right now. You probably seen it in a couple of other videos, but I am stripping down all of the paint and I am repainting, and I'm getting rid of a cabinet and adding in open shelving. I'm so excited about the open shelving. I can't wait for that. So that's why I'm at my dining room table. Normally I'm not. This is not warm milk, but I also don't have dry active yeast. I have instant yeast, so you don't really have to let it like bloom for too much. It just kind of, it's instant. You don't have to do that. So there's the milk. I'm going to give this a quick little stir. So yeah, repainting the cabinets. I had painted Formica countertops, and I'm repainting those as well. So we'll see. I need a drink. Let it bloom, but I don't have to let it bloom because I have the instant yeast. And then a large egg and 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. Alright, I can do that. 1 egg. 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. It's kind of unmelting a little bit. Unmelting is not the right word. I don't think that's the right word, but we're gonna go for it. Melted butter. I think I just mixed that up, and that's all of the wet ingredients. Yeah, mixy. Because I kind of like I know how to make bread, so it's basically bread. It's just, oh gosh, they're going on. Pause your video. Woo! Okay. So one of my favorite YouTubers does this. She does like the blind cooking thing, but she does it where she just listens to the recipe and tries to make it without looking at it at all, and I think that would be super fun. Okay, 3 1/3 cup all-purpose flour, which I have right here. 3 tablespoons of sugar. More sugar. Hey. Alright. More sugar. And that would be 3 tablespoons. She also, that YouTuber that I love to watch, she does tasty videos and like TikTok made me do it videos. She's hilarious. I love her. She's so cute. She's like gold in the YouTube world. 1 teaspoon of salt. Alright. So let me get these stirred out of the way. Get my salt. Teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of salt. Alright, I think that's all of the ingredients. What is this stuff? Oh, they use the bench scraper to mix it. Oh, I should be doing that, not this fork. Silly goose. Okay, I've never done this part before. I never thought about using the bench scraper to mix with. But seems to be doing them pretty good, so. There's also more bendy. I can't get into like the corners of my bowl with mine. But I looked up the other day on what it would cost to go to culinary school, because that would be something that would be really that would be interesting to me, I think. But then I was like, you know what? I'm learning everything I need to learn on YouTube, and it's free. Maybe one day I'll go to culinary school, and that would be really fun. But, you know, for now, this is not working for me. I can't do it. Sorry, dude. You have a bendier scraper than I do. This is not getting into the corners, and it's not mixing it all up from the bottom. I tried. Alright, mixing this up. My children are just waking up. So that's what all that racket is. So theirs comes together like a soft dough. So mine's a little wet still. And I still have some flour that needs to be done. But once it kind of like gets into this ball, you know you're doing a good job. And then they just let it rest in this bowl uncovered for 20 minutes. So we're gonna do that. And I'm going to get my laundry that you guys can probably hear in the background. I didn't realize that door was open. So let this rest for 20 minutes and then we'll come back and see what they do next. Okay, the minutes is up. So let's see what we do next. I have to, okay. Turn out into a lightly floured surface and knead for 10 minutes until dough is smooth. It looks like they're doing like a push and fold method. So we're gonna try to do that. I'm not the best kneader in the world, like at all. So we're gonna try. I don't want to wear my ring in this. I try to not wear my wedding band with all the diamonds in it when I'm kneading or messing with dough. So I don't want it to get all like gross between the diamonds and stuff. So that's why I take it off. All right. So turn out into a lightly floured surface. This is wet, wet dough. Super wet. I don't think the video theirs was this wet. We'll see. They use their fingertips. I try to use like this part of the hand, but they're just like barely doing it with their fingertips. So maybe it's just that motion. All right, you guys, it has been about 5 minutes. Stop. Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes, but it's like starting to stick to my fingers a little bit, and that's what theirs was doing, and it's like sticking to the table, and I don't want to add more flour because I think they want it to be a stickier dough. So I'm gonna stop kneading it here, and then it says put into a oiled bowl and let it rise like until doubled or an hour. So I'm gonna clean out that bowl, this bowl. I'm gonna clean out this bowl, oil it, put the dough in there, cover it with cling wrap, and let it rise for an hour. While I do that, I'm gonna go get the kids lunch. I'm going to punch down the air. I know I have to do that because, you know, Bread 101 tells me I have to knock the air out of it. Alright, I'm gonna flour my board and then roll this out. Oh, it's stuck to the bowl pretty good. This is why I don't like using oil. Okay. And then you lay it on your cutting board and make it into a rectangle. little bit more flour on the top here. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make this into a rectangle. So they just kind of like formed it with their hands a little bit. They did also use a, what do you call it, rolling pin. Just to get it, I think, even. Which I'm gonna try to do a little bit. But you want it to stay pretty thick so that your rolls will be nice and fluffy. So I'm not putting like pressure on this. I'm just kind of like lightly rolling it just to get it all nice and smooth on the top. And stretch it out just a hair. Just so it can be my nice rectangle and I can get plenty of rolls out of here. So next they just kind of squared it up to make it like a perfect little rectangle. My perfect-ish rectangle. I'm not gonna get out a measuring thing and measure this. I'm worried mine might be a little bit too thin according to the video. So I don't know. Okay, and theirs are much poofier than mine. Mine are like cookies, like very flat. I think I messed it up somewhere. Oh no. Like this one's good. This fluffiness is good. If they were all that fluffy, it would have been perfect, but those are not fluffy like this one. Okay, cover and let poof again for 30 minutes. I did something wrong and I don't know what I did wrong. They didn't rise. They're flat as cookies. But we're gonna proceed because we're not quitters. Okay, so the next thing the video said to do is brush it with milk. Never in my life have I heard of this. But we're gonna proceed, and they're gonna be delicious cookies that are supposed to be rolls. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe y'all can analyze this and let me know. Okie dokie. So, brushed them all with milk. And then it says, in a preheated oven for 15 to 18 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. I'm not from places that use Celsius. So I'm going to Google that really quick and see what that is in Fahrenheit. That would be 356. So basically 350 for 15 to 18 minutes. All right, we're going to make the cinnamon honey butter. It does 1 stick of butter and 1/4 cup of icing sugar. I did not have icing sugar, but I did see a hack that you could put your regular sugar into a blender and blend it up, and it makes the soft granules like powdered sugar would. So that's what I did. So that's what we're gonna use. And it worked pretty good. They are soft like the regular powdered sugar would be. So I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of that. Dude, that's just like powdered sugar. What in the world? Okay. Thanks for that hack, internet. Right? Alright, so then you mix this all together. No idea. And then it has 2 tablespoons of honey and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. So 2 tablespoons of honey. I hope I have enough. Alright, so 1/2 teaspoon. Whoa, that's a little bit more. That's okay, I love cinnamon. Jake loves cinnamon, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. Alright, and then mix this up, and that's all that goes into this, I believe. Yum! I love Texas Roadhouse butter. Delicious. So, we're gonna let those rolls bake. I'll show you what they look like when they're all done. And then when Jake gets home from work, we'll do a taste test. Because I think it'd be fun to do it with him.
That'll be.
Okay, so this is supposed to be Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
What's that, Deuce?
I failed.
These are like toaster strudels.
They're like cookies. They're Texas Roadhouse cookies.
Yep. They're biscuits.
So I failed.
Yep.
There were fluffier ones, but I gave them to the neighbor.
Why would you give all the good ones away?
Because the neighbor brought me some yellow squash, so I gave her the good-looking rolls and some of the honey cinnamon butter. So this is the best-looking roll on the plate. This side is fluffy. This side is not fluffy. So I mean, if you wanted to try it out, it's fluffy on the inside.
It feels buttery up top, like Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's Texas Roadhouse-y.
Let's go in there.
Just going in there. How's it taste? That butter is spot on, though. No?
Could be better. Could be better.
This is what I live with, guys.
Honesty.
Honesty.
It's a crazy world.
So what could be better from next time? Besides, not being flat.
I don't know.
I think they're good.
Yeah, I'm still eating them. I just thought it could be better.
It could be better. I definitely failed. This is definitely a failure.
Well, you want to bite?
Go back.
I give it a thumbs up. 2 of them.